Hello everybody, and welcome to How to Set Up the Rodecaster Pro for podcast and voiceover recording purposes. Here we have the Rodecaster Pro panel. Then this is what we will call the face of the panel, or the front. And then we will refer to the back part of it over here on this side. As you can see, as I lift up the panel, there's an array of options. Starting from the left to the right, we have the power button, we have the power input, USB-C connection, micro SD card slot, single left and right audio channels for headphones or output purposes, your headphone ports 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 3.5mm jack input, mostly used for phone purposes. Or you can connect to your laptop or the electronic device that has a 3.5mm jack. Here we have the XLR ports from right to left, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, at the front of the panel, we have the microphone volume adjustment via the sliders here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're connected in the back via USB-C, this would be your volume for that. If you're connected via 3.5mm jack via your phone or electronic device, this would be the volume for that. And via Bluetooth. This segment here, as you can see, the line connects to your hotkeys. I'll show you that at a later time. Your record button, your headphone volume, indicated by the headphone icon here, and your master headphone volume. Left being to 0, going to the right, indicated by this line at 100%. And finally, our touchscreen home panel, which we will see in a second. Now, to get started, like any electronic device, we need power. For the purposes of this video, I'll be lifting the device up so you can see exactly where I'm plugging in the power. This kind of power adapter is a screw-on thread. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Power goes into this port here indicated that says power. We'll hear it click in. Now we screw it on until it stops. Just finger tight. We don't have to over tighten it, otherwise we will ruin the threads. Now that we have power, we need to insert a micro SD card, which will be provided by your instructor. Or if you bring one, a 32GB card should be suffice. The micro SD cards goes face up, with the copper pins facing down. We insert into the slot until we hear a click, lightly pressing it. Now that we have power, micro SD card, let's go ahead and plug our XLR cables. This is an XLR cable. It is distinct, as you can see the 3 plugs required to plug in and out. This is what you would consider the female segment of the cable, and this is what you would consider the male segment of the cable. The male segment plugs into the microphone, and the female portion plugs into the Rodecaster Pro, which we will do now. We get our female portion of the XLR cord, and it only plugs in one way. As you can see, it makes a triangular pattern with the 3 prongs. And as you can see here, the 3 prongs go in one direction, what I would indicate as facing down. And now we plug it in, and we will hear a click. Perfect. Just lightly pull that to ensure that it does not come out, and it doesn't come out. If you want to eject the cable, there's a tab here indicated by push, and we push that down, and now we can pull out our XLR cable. Otherwise, it will not release. Give it a slight pull. Perfect. And although this is optional, we recommend using a headphone jack, not with your typical 3.5mm jack, but the 1/4" plug. In this case, we have a threaded adapter. There we go. Perfect. These will already be pre-assembled for you. And if you're getting your own, make sure you have the correct 1/4 jack adjustment. Now, back to our panel. Once again, for the purposes of the demonstration, I will be lifting it up, and you can plug into any port that you see available. Let's choose 3, and we'll hear a slight click, and there we go, all set. Unlike the power adapter or the XLR cable port, this simply pushes in and locks in with a click. Now that we have our power connected, our headphone jack, and the XLR cord connected, let's go ahead and power this on. We will lightly push the button, and now our panel is turning on. Now that our power is on, let's go ahead and dim the lights so you can see exactly what's going on in the panel. There we go. Lights are dim, and now you can see it is powered on correctly because we see the touch panel on, we see the green button on, as well as our various hotkeys. As I indicated, we're in headphone 3, so therefore I want our master volume on, along with jack number 3, indicated by this number here, and we'll crank that to about half. We also plugged in our XLR cable into port number 4. Now that our headphone volume is on, our panel indicates that we still don't have any volume. That is because we don't have our slider up. As I mentioned here, this slider needs to be raised up. And now our microphone is working. Slider down at 0. This decibel level meter is indicating that nothing is going into the microphone, but we need to raise our slider up. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3, and now the green indicates that it is getting sound. Awesome. Now you can plug up to 4 microphones at one time, along with 4 headphones at one time. And once you have those up, make sure that your volume for the microphone is up and your headphone volume is adjusted to your liking. Since we do not have any extra XLR microphones connected, we're going to go ahead and leave those down. Now, this red icon here is a microphone with a diagonal slash across it. You click this and it'll mute the microphone. And you can see it's indicated now red, and there's no volume or sound going into the panel. Let's unmute that, and now we have sound again. Perfect. These, as I mentioned earlier, are hotkeys. So I'm going to go ahead and push this one as it has predetermined music on there. We still don't hear any sound, so let's raise our volume. I'll play them just for sample purposes. Music, laugh track, funny trombone, suspense, magic, crickets, da-dum-ts, little snare drum there, applause, and of course our music. And now, welcome back. Now I can stop. Feel free to play around with that so you can work on your intros and your outros. Now, one last final thing. Since we've already inserted our memory card, this icon here is green, but if we do not have a memory card, it will turn blue and you will see an X indicated here on this memory card icon. Let's go ahead and put that back in. And almost instantly, it's green and the X around the memory card icon is gone, indicating to us that we are ready to record. So now that we're ready and we've done our test record, we know what we're going to record, and you have your subject matter at hand, let's go ahead and do a test record. So we're going to go ahead and give ourselves a visual countdown. And welcome back to our test recording. We're live at the STC Communication Lab studio doing a sound sample. Let's cut that. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next one. All right, now we've gone ahead and recorded our first sample podcast. Now, let's say you want to go ahead and listen back. We want to click on this gear icon, just a light tap. On the right corner, you'll see the playback button that says podcasts. Click on that. And by default, it'll be the last recording that you did. If you have more, you can go back and forth, indicated by these arrows left and right. So let's go ahead and sample this last one that we just recorded. Welcome back to our test recording. We're live at the STC Communication Lab studio doing a sound sample. Let's cut that. Thank you for tuning in. See you next one. Could have added a fade down there. Oh well, notes for the next time. So let's say, because I don't like that one, or if you do like it, you can go ahead and keep it. Or if you want to go ahead and try it again, we just go back to this home icon here on the bottom left corner. And now we're back. And we can go ahead and re-record. This is take 2. And this is the end. Let's go ahead and sample that. Gear icon, podcast. By default, it'll be the last one. This is take 2. And this is the end. Not bad. Fade out was a lot better this time around. Now let's go home. And that's it. You've recorded your first podcast. And now that you've recorded your first podcast, you can go ahead and shut everything down. Your instructor will let you know whether you need to unplug everything or go ahead and leave it as is. For this purposes, we're going to go ahead and leave everything plugged in and just shut it down. So first things first, lower down your headphone volume, make sure they're all down, turn down the master, lower your microphone recording levels, and we click the red button back here on the back of the panel, and we're going to go ahead and click to turn off now that all our volume is down. Touch it once. Are you sure you want to shut down the Rodecaster Pro now? Let's go ahead and click yes. And now it is off. And that's it. You've recorded your first podcast. I'm excited to hear how they turn out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.